Hey YouTube, Goddess Lily. I am working on a closure. Believe it or not, this is my second video. The first one, I watched it back and it was so out of focus that I had to do it again. And I shouldn't have that problem because this is my new high definition camera, but I think I had it zoomed in too close. Anyway, what I'm working on is a closure. And the size of this closure is 3 by 4, 4 inches in depth, 3 inches across. I'm almost finished. I'm at what I call the home stretch. I have just this little part here to finish. So what I wanted to do for you is show you how I do double knots and basically show you, tell you a little bit about the process of how I make the closure. The back half of this closure is all done with double knots. It's done with a larger needle, maybe 3 to 4, and then as I get up close, I go to 2 to 3. Closer to the top, I'm definitely using a 1 to 2 and a 1 to 1. So that's how I determine the density. I want it thicker in the back, of course, to cover the tracks, and a little spaced out so that it's not looking bulky. You know, it's laying pretty flat and pretty like this. So, it's not to prolong the video. I actually am just gonna do this little section to show you a few little techniques on double knotting. I showed you single knotting in a video before. So how I basically do my double knots, this is the hair, and I'm sure I have the video zoomed in too close, but this is 18-inch hair. I like to take a little at a time. I don't like using a whole lot in my hand because you find that you're gripping too hard. This 18-inch hair, or hair in particular, when you cut it off the weft, it has many, many different layers, which is a pretty look because you get a lot of flowing, you know, with the different layers. But from here up, you really don't need all that short hair because when you're creating your 1/2 inch to 2 inch fold, all this hair that's really, really super short up here is just going to slip out of your hand. You're not going to be able to ventilate it through. So what I like to do is pull all that hair out. So I do a couple twists. All this short hair, see it's falling anyway, I just pull it out. That's all this excess hair. You don't need it. So just pull it out. Have your trash can nearby, drop it in the trash. So then your layers start pretty much here down, and it gives you a really pretty effect, especially at the top. You don't want all that flyaway hair. But I pull the loose hair out all the way through. I keep water handy because what's really important is to keep the hair laying flat so you won't grab the hair with your needle that's already been ventilated. And if you're new at ventilating, you want to definitely, you know, lay it down nice and neat. And you also might want to wet the hair that's in your hand because I found that it glides through. So I wet the whole, you know, hair. It glides through very easily when you just wet the hair. And so that's too much. I like to do at least 1.5 inches. And then I give her one nice twist and I'm all ready to go. I am using a 1 needle, and this is how I mark my needles. I just tape the 1 around there with Scotch tape on all my needles. This is a German needle. It has that long, you know, hook. I don't know what kind of hook they call it, but the Swiss needles has a little tiny hook, and I like these. I just like ventilating with these better. I can ventilate with the other ones, but I prefer these. And if you know, these needles are really long. So what you just take your pliers and you just break it in half and then you stick it in and tighten it up. Okay, so let me zoom her in. And this time, let's see, I'm ventilating on here, so I'm gonna move the camera, I think, over this way so you can see it better. Let me just put my finger here to make sure. So I can move it over a little more, huh? And I'm gonna just keep zooming until I know that it's still in focus. Because that's what happened on the last video. I had it zoomed in too much. But every time I zoom it in, I have to move it over. Do something weird. Okay. Can you see that? Because I can't. Okay, well, let's just do some before it dries. Okay, so. It's gonna grab maybe 1 or 2 needles. I'll let it grab what it wants. I mean 1 or 2 pieces of thread. I'll let it grab. So I do a little tug, loop it around again. Loop it once, tug. And if you notice, I'm keeping my needle really, really close to the net. I'm not taking it really high. If I take it really high like that and loop it again, my thread sometimes slips out of my hand. So I'm keeping her really low. Tug, loop again, pull it through. Tug, loop it again, pull it through. I'm looking at the camera and honestly I can't see anything, so I'm hoping that it's showing up. Do I need to zoom it in a little more? That looks out of focus. Need more light. Okay, let's do a couple more for you. Tug, loop, pull it through. Give it a tug, pull it through. Tug, loop it again. Give it a tug, pull it through. Okay, so I hope you're getting the gist of how it's done. Doing double knots. So when it starts popping back the other way, that you know you need more water. You know, your knots are not going to be perfect. And you're still going to get, you know, a little like that. And you have to take it out. Or you can leave it in and it'll fall out. Keep in mind, I'm left-handed, so I'm ventilating at a left-handed angle. That one broke. You can tell real good Virgin Indian. It's strong, but it breaks easily. Okay, I'm up to 10 minutes. I'm gonna end the video. Okay, so thank you for watching.